All right, welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and we got a few pieces of Walking Dead information. Obviously, it's San Diego Comic-Con 2019, so we got news about the Rick movies, Michonne, The Walking Dead Season 10, which if you haven't watched the trailer yet, definitely check that out. That trailer is fan-friggin-tastic. And then there's more information about Fear the Walking Dead. If you're interested in that, it was renewed for 6th season. So if you're a fan of that show, you got plenty to go on. And apparently there's a trailer, which I thought was a little early. But there's a trailer for the second half of Fear. Check that out. But as far as Rick, this is going to be a small tidbit of information. They released a sneak peek teaser on YouTube, but it's one you can pretty much skip. It's just like a silhouette of a city with a helicopter, and then it plays the iconic Walking Dead theme song. And that part gave me chills. I was like, yes, I miss Rick Grimes. Let's get it in, you know? So there's a number of articles running talking about the Rick movies officially will now only be in theaters. Now, I read through as many articles to try to pull where they're getting this from specifically to see if there's anything else they're not saying. The reason I'm saying that is because a while back when we discussed the Rick movies, I talked about that, yeah, it would make sense they would try to option for some deal for a theatrical distribution or in some way, shape, or form. And I know there were some people in the community that flipped out. They were like, there's no way. AMC is not enough. And I agree. There's a part of me that thought AMC might want to keep it in-house. I don't know, though, how all that works with the contracts. I don't know what's possible as far as the deals and this, that, and the third. But it appears that I will look through the article again. But off the top of my head, it appears that Warner Brothers, we're going to read part of the article in a second, but somebody is getting distribution rights to put it in theaters. Now, the teaser says only in theaters. Now, we all know, so does the It 2 teaser, the trailer. And we all know that's going to get distributed after the theaters on Blu-rays, on DVDs. It'll air on some channels because, again, then once it's been seen, it goes through a system. First, it's in theaters, and then it's in home video, Blu-ray, DVD, and then it's picked up and licensed to put on some TV channels here and there. Netflix or HBO, some movies end up there. So it really all depends. I don't believe this is going to be in theaters only. I think it's going to be just how everything else in Hollywood runs movie-wise. It's in theaters, and then when they pull it from theaters, they're going to make a Blu-ray distribution, and I still believe it's going to air on AMC. Hell, it might even find its way on Netflix as well. It might go in theaters, however long it's in theaters for, which is an exciting idea, and then it'll get taken out, or its time will expire in theaters. It can't stay in there forever, and then it may appear on AMC, and then it may appear on Netflix, and obviously I am hoping it gets some type of Blu-ray/DVD release. Now, with that being said, the articles essentially say the first planned movie centered on the Walking Dead character Rick Grimes will now run in theaters rather than on AMC. Now keep in mind, I could be wrong, but I still feel that down the line, it's likely that AMC and the company that they're working with to distribute it in theaters have some type of agreement where after a period of time, AMC can run this many, they can run the movie this many times and yada, yada, yada. The articles continue, or the majority of them. This one is from Variety that I'm specifically reading from. The announcement was made with a brief teaser video played at San Diego Comic-Con on Friday, with the video ending with the words, only in theaters. And again, I think that's where all these articles are getting this from. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I've seen a number of people message me on Facebook and then other platforms and comments being like, well, wait a minute, what? Like, it's only in theaters? What are you talking about? It's a little clarification on that. That's just how it is. The film will be distributed by Universal Pictures. No release date has been set. And to state the obvious, the reason it's like that is because if you release it on all platforms at the same time, they're competing with one another. If you release it only in theaters at first, obviously everyone's going to spend their money to go to the theaters. Who's going to go? And then when you finally collect all the money you can in theaters, then you put it out to home video. A lot of people are going to rebuy it. A lot of people are going to get it for the first time. And then I would imagine over, a period of time when you collect enough money and sales are low, you put it on to AMC for a period of time. They may even run it yearly a few times, the Rick movies. They may run the Rick movie when part 2 is coming out, kind of like that. Anyhow, the films were first announced in late 2018 following Andrew Lincoln's departure from the flagship AMC series, on which Lincoln had played Grimes since the pilot. Walking Dead Chief Content Officer Scott Gimple will serve as writer. The film is planned to continue the story of Rick Grimes. AMC had originally planned to begin production as early as 2019, but it is unclear if that's still the case. In addition to the film, there will also be the main series, the sister series Fear the Walking Dead, and the recently unannounced third and Untitled series that they're now coming out with casting news for. The third series will tell the story of the first generation of kids to grow up during the zombie apocalypse. Fear the Walking Dead was picked up for 6th season on Friday as well. All right, I don't see where it specifically says who picked up the licensing. Like I said, I read a number of articles. I could have sworn it was like Warner Brothers or something like that, but that's besides the point. It is a certain company that picked it up for theatrical distribution. Anyhow, there's not much more information outside of that, but I do want to clarify some things. I know the majority of people, usually online in the active community, they understand that things go into theaters and then licenses get picked up to show on channels and obviously distribution for Blu-rays and yada, yada, yada. Now, I don't know the finer details, but clearly a lot of us are going to know that, but I've seen a few people who are a little taken back by the whole only in theaters thing. Again, this is when it first comes out. I'm excited about that. Seeing Rick Grimes' movie in theaters, hell yes. I mean, I am there for sure. So put your thoughts and opinions down in that comment box. What do you think about going to the theaters to see the very first Rick Grimes movie sometime, I would imagine, late 2020? They're not really saying much about if they started filming. It doesn't seem. I thought they were already in the mix of that, but you guys let me know. Late 2020. I mean, is it too early to say we might not get it till 2021? I hope not. I want it in 2020, but who knows? All right, thoughts and opinions in the comment box. I'm done talking, so it's your turn.